the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Martyr,
Here.
Mazer, Schneider, Sofa, Weaver, Wilson, Zimmer.
Here.
All right. First up, non-agenda items from the sidelines and public comment. First up, Ms. Harper?
I have the podium.
Sure thing.
All right. So I didn't hear this personally and I haven't seen anything, but I heard, and I see it here on your agenda. Pallets delivered on sidewalks. So my siblings and I own the building that Sage Creek currently produces wine in. They're leaving. They're gonna keep their tasting room, but their production is leaving town. So in about 2.5 months, it won't be an issue. I heard scuttlebutt about high-lows and things like that. Pallet jacks are the most that they use on the sidewalk for right now. And then what's generally outside, or what will be outside now for the next 2.5 months, is just glassware. So they take the bottles in, they wash them, and they fill. So there's no more production happening. So there won't be any large barrels, there won't be, any of the heavy stuff out there. But there could be pallets of bottles still for 2.5 months while they're trying to get rid of all the product that's already in the building.
Okay. So they're keeping production going for now until they have everything.
Until
cleared down,
everything
so
is
they don't have
cleared.
to move everything to the new facility.
Yep, till everything's cleared out and then
So
they'll be done.
retail establishment stays in place, production is moving to another site.
Yep, and another empty building on Main Street. Sorry.
Thanks for that.
Thank you.
All right, next up, Tammy.
Okay, city council, actually chamber, let's start off with the chamber events. We have the car show Friday, 14 June at the Lions Field, 6 p.m. Registration starts at 4, open to everybody. That is a festival fundraiser. Then for the festival, which is first weekend of August, we are looking for volunteers, additional volunteers, because the duck race runs right before the parade, and we need additional, the fire department's needing additional volunteers, or the police department, whoever's handling road closures. We do need additional volunteers to man some of the additional road closures for the duck race, because they are going down a few extra roads. They're going down Church and Bell River, and so we will need some extra.
Oh, for the duck dash.
For the duck dash, yeah, for the duck race, for the duck dash.
Well, duck race, I think
The
it's for the ducks
5K,
in
for
the
the
race.
5K before the parade.
Right, okay.
So we will need some extra volunteers for that. And then for Thursday night, the first night on the 1st, we are having a dunk take at the fire station.
No, that's Friday.
Oh,
Saturday, sorry.
huh?
That's Saturday.
Oh, that's Saturday.
With the
So
water.
Saturday with the water, with the fire department, we're having a dunk tank, and we are looking for volunteers to be in the dunk tank, possibly mayor, city council members. We do have a police officer. We're looking for a firefighter.
Which day was that?
That is for Saturday, from noon to 3.
So it's August 3rd.
August 3rd. So it'll be a 30-minute sitting in the dunk tank, and that's a fundraiser item that people can pay to dunk you. We're looking for business owners, teachers, maybe possibly a bus driver. So we're looking for higher profile people in the community to help us out with that.
What time again? I'm sorry.
12 to 3, right?
You might be able to do it.
Is it water heater?
For my party.
Nope. So it'll be sitting out there.
Fresh out of the hydrant.
In August, it'll be.
So you
It'll be warm, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's all the chamber, next chamber meeting is, that we went before the planning commission. They recommended approval, and I was hoping it was gonna be at the city council meeting. I don't see it on the agenda, and it concerns me
What is
because
that for, Tammy?
What? They won't start the sign until they get approval.
What sign? Oh, you're putting
For-
the sign up?
Putting the sign in front of my building, on the outside of my building. It was denied by the building inspector because of the current ordinance.
Current ordinance state that it can't be over the walkway. You know,
It can't
like-
project.
Exactly like what's next door to you, correct?
Yes.
Right, yeah.
It
But-
might be awnings over at the,
Yeah.
So the planning commission recommended that it be approved, and they were supposed to look into changing the ordinance. Now I found out that, that meeting's not until this Thursday, which then now I'm gonna have to wait a whole nother month before they can even start making my sign.
Not necessarily.
Okay. Okay, I just wanted to, I don't wanna have to wait a whole nother month when I've paid for the sign.
Or after the planning, we can just do it from. Maybe that or.
Well, we changed the ordinance, we should probably do it here.
Okay. Well, the thing is we don't have any language for it and all that.
Well-
So,
You gotta wait for the planning to give
Right,
us
so-
recommendation.
it'll be addressed, and it'll be sooner
They
than
got,
later, okay?
okay.
they got it on their agenda.
I have one question.
Yeah.
If the city want to sponsor an event for that, for the festival, when do your brochures go to print?
The end of this
So
week.
after planning-
We're trying to finalize everything the end of this week.
Alright. Because they were talking about
You
doing
could do
something,
that
and they didn't
email.
realize you guys were doing
Yeah.
that.
Or whatever, so.
But we can still get something in.
Expedited a little bit.
Mhm.
We just got the costs and everything, so I don't think, if you know when you would know,
Yeah.
we can possibly hold
Oh,
off.
it's just questions.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
one thing to go along with Tammy. The fire department doesn't have enough barricades anymore to block off all the roads that we need to for just the parade. There's 12 intersections to block off. So it'd be nice if the city or the DPW or someone could be buying some traffic cones for those occasions. The stuff we have is kind of junk now.
All right. I mean, is that something that would be in the DPW budget to purchase?
Well, would you just gonna use the current combs they have, is that?
We don't have cones.
They don't
Well,
have
they have the wood barricades for some.
the
but
solid
not for
horse
every
stuff,
road.
For
barricades.
DPW, they have
DPW have
combs
any?
down there, oh, they
Yeah.
don't have enough?
They don't have any either. That's-
DPW, they have the skinny cones, then they have the regular old fashioned cones, right?
They claim not to have cones.
Did they go away after our road construction? Did we put some out and lose them? So I think we need to replenish the supply of what we need to block off what we need. And that can come through the DPW rather than the fire department because, you know, I'm thinking that some of the stuff probably was put out during the construction and after it was done, the contractors who were doing the work might have picked ours up along with them.
Okay, I'll get with Mark then, but I'm not sure how many you need, or I'm not
Well,
sure.
we've got a dozen roads to block off.
There's a dozen roads, if you had 3 at each, that's 36.
Do you have any at all then, you don't have any? Nobody.
We have the wooden ones though, right?
We have those plastic
Plastic
ones,
ones, yeah.
but
Plastic, plastic.
most of those are broken. now.
Are they?
So,
We'll talk to Bart about purchasing some more barricades.
Still have shot glass.
I'll talk to Mark, I'm
Okay. So, well, that takes care of that. So, comments from the city administration. Doug, do you have anything else?
nope. Oh, we had a successful pancake breakfast. so Thought we were
That
gonna
we're
get
gonna include you later on, you're kind of administrative.
Okay.
Doug, did you have to return out?
Yeah, could have used a few more.
The agenda,
I have some.
we have amendment for the agenda.
Can I ask, I'd like to amend the agenda for, the Cub Scouts. But is it all right if I put him at new business number 1, so he doesn't have to sit through all the rest of that
Yes, you can.
stuff?
Because there isn't a number 1.
Is that you?
Yeah, it'll actually be new business.
Oh, yeah.
They left that open, they left that open for me, don't they?
All right, so you wanna make a,
And I make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Mazer,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa, Weaver, Wilson, Zimmer,
Yes.
Martyr.
yes. All right, next up, we have 2 sets of meeting minutes. The regular meeting of May 7th, 2024, and the special budget meeting of May 20th, 2024. If we don't have any corrections or anything to add to it, I'll take a motion.
I'll make that motion to approve the regular meeting minutes of May 7th, 2024, and the special budget meeting minutes of May 20th, 2024.
Support.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Weaver, Wilson, Zimmer,
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
Mazer.
Yes.
All right, let's see, next up, presentation approval of the May disbursements report of $155,781.27 and the electronic wire transfers of $18,525.01. Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the May disbursements of $155,071.27 and the electronic wire transfers of $18,521.28.
Support.
Sofa,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Zimmer,
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
Mazer,
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
All right, at this point, I need to get a motion to open our public hearing for the fiscal year 2024-2025 budget.
I'll make that motion.
Support.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Zimmer,
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
Mazer,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa.
Yes.
Anybody out there questions or comments about our fiscal year budget?
We have
I did see you guys at the
comments
meeting,
on
'cause it was really exciting.
I'll just make a few comments on
Sure.
the major ones.
Yep.
The general fund is a millage at 13.3452 with revenue of $1,114,319. Expenses of $1,071,189 and surplus of $42,564. And the major streets is revenue of $337,156, expenses of $235,521. Surplus, no, I got the surplus wrong on that, so I'm not going to even say it. So, but there is a surplus. Local streets at $71,935 and expenses $45,236. So there's a surplus of $26,690. The water and sewer revenue of $573,853, expenses of $573,780, so the surplus is $73. The police department has the revenue, on the revenue side, $368,582, and on the expense side is $368,582, so it zeroes out. I'd like to just make a little comment on the police department because in that revenue, in the expense, there's about approximately 16,000 that goes to the crossing guard, so it doesn't really apply to the police department.
Right.
Okay. I think that's about it. I've transferred out of the general fund to the police department is actually $256,459, which again, about 16,000 is crossing guard. And the rest is paid out of the millage. I think the millage on that was 101,000. It was, 100,923 actually, so about 101,000 for the millage. So that's just kind of a real quick rundown on the major. Okay.
So in the end, their budget, we're in the black about $75 to $100, right?
Yeah.
We're in the black now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the total zero fund, I think, was, well, I think it was about 45,000, 47,000, yeah. I didn't mark it down.
okay.
Mr. Mayor, can I make a comment? So at the budget meeting, there was some question about the previous numbers, for previous years on the budget final numbers that Mr. Zimmer had asked about. I looked at it, and if you look on those boxes, that those numbers are the preliminary numbers, they're not the final budget numbers, so that is probably why they didn't add up. Okay.
That's, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
never mind.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
we're good.
Yeah. Anybody else have any comments, thoughts?
Make a motion to close the public hearing?
Work.
Wilson,
Yes.
Zimmer,
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
Mazer,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes?
Sofa,
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes.
We'll need a motion to approve the budget. Can I make that, Mayor?
Certainly.
Okay. I make a motion that we approve the fiscal year budget of 2024 and 25.
Support.
Zimmer,
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
Mazer,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Right, communications, I have none.
Do you need to close the public meeting or no?
Oh,
Or is
I'll make a
it-
motion.
Yeah, we already did.
We just did it.
I
We just did.
I thought that was approved.
I thought that was the.
He did
No,
before
you
that.
did it
Oh,
first.
I'm sorry.
And then approve the budget.
did it first thing first.
We're just
I
going
did
in
do some more
fast.
research.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Oh,
Get
That's
used to
right.
that.
Yeah.
I just
okay.
thought of it.
Okay.
Communications, I have none.
I wasn't crazy, there was a difference.
No, no, there, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
Okay. Unfinished business, inspector, election inspector classes, payment on that. Donna, you want to talk about that for a second?
Oh, we wrote down $60 a class, and I was thinking because there's 2 elections, it really should be $30. Or 40, I'm sorry, 40, yeah.
Per class.
Yeah, so I just wanted to correct that, because it's not gonna be 60, it's gonna be 40 per class, counting
Okay.
gas and everything.
Right.
Need a motion for that?
Yeah, I would take a motion.
I'll make a motion to, the election inspector pay, be set at $40 per class to each election inspector.
Instead of 60.
Yeah, instead of the 60.
Support.
Martyr,
Yes.
Mazer,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Zimmer.
Yes.
Moving on to new business. We're gonna, this is, we're jumping around, we're gonna take this Cub Scouts up front, we're gonna have Mr. Phillips talk about an event at the Lions Club.
Okay, basically what it is, first off, I'll put my hat on.
Wait,
I'm-
could you go over there?
Oh, sure.
The podium.
For change sake.
Sorry, I'm kind of
Sure.
nervous about speaking in front of people. Okay.
Jesus.
I'm here representing the Blue Water District of Scouts for the Michigan Crossroads Council. We are putting a event together for local scouting, local Cub Scouts from 3 different districts within the state. Consists of the Blue Water District, which is the district in which the Memphis troops and units and packs are part of. It also includes the Chippewa District, which is basically like south of New Baltimore, Clinton Township, that area down there. And then the Sunrise District, which is kind of west of that. That's our little zone that we have. What we're doing is because of whatever reason, Michigan Crossroads Council has canceled all Cub day camps, regular Cub day camps within the state for this summer. So we're trying to provide something for our youth out of those 3 districts that they can do some kind of day camp experience, and this is for the younger Cubs. So in each district, we're having a different event. One of them's doing some space age thing, I can't remember what the other one's doing, but our district was chosen to do a shooting sports event for the Cub Scouts within those 3 districts. And you're looking at probably, they're obviously not all gonna come, we're expecting maybe a couple hundred. But there are, between those 3 districts, there are, I believe, probably 3,000 to 4,000 Cub Scouts in that area. We have already talked to the Lions Club, we've got a date set on July 21st, which is a Sunday. The only issue that we have is one of the ordinances within the city of Memphis is that there cannot be any shooting of any kind, not BB gun slingshots. You can't even do,
Sharp stick.
yeah, you can't do anything. There's no projectiles of any kind allowed within the city of Memphis, except fireworks during the holidays, which is weird to me. But, so what I'm asking is if it's a possibility, if we could get an amendment or a change to that ordinance just for that day. Just to give you some background on it, the BB guns that we'll be using are either Red Ryder or Buck, both made by Daisy. They're single action pump. They shoot 800 feet per second. You know, if I shot one from here, it would bounce off the wall. They're not, I mean, they're dangerous because all weapons are dangerous, but they're not anything that's gonna be out of control. Archery is archery. It is what it is. I mean, they're youth bows. They're not big, high-power crossbows or anything like that we'll be using. And they're B-52 slingshots, also made by Daisy, that you could pull them back all the way and they wouldn't make it across a football field, okay? So they're basically just for target practice. That's all they are. All the ranges that we would be using would be set up by and manned by the BB gun range. Even though we don't need it for scouts, we are going to do it for this one. We are going to have NRA certified ranges and NRA certified instructors at the ranges running the BB guns. The scout program only requires you have a certified range master, which is something they do for BBs. But we are going one step further to make sure everything is safer within town. We are actually going to have 2 NRA certified rifle instructors on the BB gun range. We're going to have 2 USA Archery certified instructors on the archery range, and we are just going to be using the range masters through the scout program for the slingshot area. That's the 3 we're going to be doing. The ranges will be all set up and certified and approved. We've got all the proper equipment and safety guarding and things to use for that. Once we get it set up sometime on Saturday, anybody here, or if you've got somebody that you want to come out and inspect it before we have the event on Sunday, perfectly fine. We've got nothing to hide. You are all invited to come out and check it out while the event's going on as well. But basically, I need approval from you guys to be able to do that, because I don't want the scouts getting in trouble for not following an ordinance. That would not be a good optic for the scouts at
How
all.
long does this event last?
The event starts, I believe, at 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's done by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So you're looking at, what, 6 hours? Something like that.
Personally, I have no problem with that. I just don't know how to go about approving it.
Would you grant an exception to the ordinance? Is that what it would be?
Or a special permit.
A one-day variance on the ordinance on,
Just for this specific.
and yeah, the use of fire.
I even have to look, it's gonna be at the Lions Club field, is where it's gonna be at. It's gonna
I'm pretty sure that the mayor can issue them a permit for one day. You don't have to do a variance or anything like that, you can just issue a permit.
Okay.
But it has to be approved range. Obviously, they're gonna have range officers and stuff like that there, so.
So we'll
That's
have
all
a
I
police
need.
officer go over there and take a look at it and,
No,
no, well, you got all the people involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, in
And
a
our-
worst case scenario, you can see all of our certs if you want to. We can turn in our certifications. You can see all that to show that we're certified for doing what we're doing. So, or we'll have them on, we do have them on hand.
They'll have all their stuff with them.
Correct.
Would there have to be some kind of written request? Probably.
no, I think I mean, this is his request
This
right
is
now.
a request.
The
I
mayor,
don't know.
Done right.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Dan changed the rules and he made it so that you could approve a range just by yourself. You don't need city council approval or anything. I'm pretty sure that's what it says.
I think the approval should specify the
Time,
date,
hours.
time, and where it's being held.
Yep.
Okay.
So we'll just have that typed up and hand it to you as like a special permit?
Okay.
So we're looking
Does that
at
work?
Sunday, August,
July.
oh, excuse me, July 21st.
Correct.
Okay.
From 9 to 3 at the Memphis Lions Field.
Correct.
I know how those Cub Scout ranges are. They're super safe.
Well, we have-
Snowball fights are more dangerous.
Yep. So that's all I had. Good. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Bye, Joe.
All right. Now we're back into the advisory committee, and Tyler, our code enforcer, is here with us.
This was nuisance, I think. I don't think that was advisory, right? Probably. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, probably nuisance committee, not advisory. Wrong line here.
Because just advised from.
All right. So, anybody from nuisance want to have this, or you want to just take this line by line?
Well, we did have a meeting, Tom wanted to discuss a few things for clarity. So I've got them all, we have them all listed here.
All right, well, first off, we'll take it one line at a time here. Parking in the road with no shoulder. I mean, are we talking any specific place or anywhere in town?
Is that,
That's Bell
Going on Bell
River.
River, and there was a truck
At
parked
the
on
new
the road.
houses.
What's that?
There was a truck parked on the road, I went there the other night.
And where was this at?
It's the new
Right where
Memphis.
the new houses are at.
Yeah, it's the first
It's a
house.
landscape.
So
what are you asking
can I make a comment on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. I would buy there, I go by there all the time, but I specifically went by today. They're definitely on the west side, of course, because of the ditch there, parking is it's very hard not be on the road.
Right.
However, if you go to the east side where the three houses are being built, there's, once they're built and done, should be plenty of room. Because the sidewalks back from the
Right,
west way, so there'll be parking there. I would say you don't do anything until those houses.
Well, that's the thing is, you say it was a landscape truck, I mean, was he loading and unloading a trailer, putting a lawn? I mean, because they pull up on Pratt Road by me all the time,
Right.
they offload.
No.
It's his truck.
It's
He
his
lives
truck.
there.
Oh, he lives there, it's a
It's
daily
like-
thing?
It's
All night.
every day.
No, it's at night.
Okay.
There's other people who park on the side of the roads all over
The
town
problem
every
is,
day.
the chief
Can't-
Not like
fire
that,
can't
not
pick on-
in,
we
not
can't
in
pick
the
on
road,
one person.
not in the road like that. We got
They
people
got posted
complaining.
signs on one side. and they
He's
park
actually
on
in the lane.
So
Okay.
here's.
Whoa, one person at a time, okay?
Yeah.
I was just talking to Tom, and his thought is here because of the fact of the narrowness of the road, and I think Larry agrees, what we can do is we can post one side of that road, there's no parking.
Correct.
Well, that's my thinking.
Well-
All the way?
So, Jason, just to answer, there are other people who don't park in their driveways, which is, I don't think that's a huge issue. However, in this specific instance, it's directly in the road.
Yeah, no, I've seen
There's
them be halfway off the
It's not
road.
halfway on.
I've seen
Yeah,
this,
I've
yeah.
never seen them halfway off the road.
Yeah.
I've seen them only on the road.
I got a
And
pretty
they're
good picture of it here.
halfway off. Yes, I must have missed it.
Okay.
I haven't been going down there.
All right, let's get back to one person at a time. I can't listen to everybody at once.
Sure. So I think that's the issue with this specific situation. However, it does warrant for when the other house is on Pratt Road, what happens when people start parking in the road there? Because I can tell you, living right there have been people parking in the road already. So is this a preemptive plan to potentially stop that from happening in the future? I know Larry mentioned waiting until the other houses, the east side houses are done. I definitely think it's something to talk about. Maybe we do wait until the houses on the east side of the road are done. However, how do we know when they're gonna be sold? And then we're gonna go through the whole summer potentially of people parking directly in the road, because it is happening at more than just that house.
Well, there is already laws in place for blocking a roadway that are police officers can enforce. So if he is actually blocking the roadway, that's already a law.
Can I,
It's already a law.
Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
can I get real quick? Can't wait till there's a fire. You can't wait till you need the EMS. You need that sign now.
This isn't.
Do you have it on the phone real quick? Jason just showed me one.
Yeah,
It looks
actually, I
like
went
about half
on
of
the
the trucks
trucks
in the road.
This truck was totally.
This
in
has
the road.
actually been going on for years.
Yes, since
During
he's
Memphis,
had
Memphis days for the
Yeah,
garage
I
seats.
I see it every day.
You gotta weave your way down that road.
Yeah, I went by there just to take a picture, and
You might want to decide.
half of his truck is off the road.
Or something.
But maybe it's just the time I went by there,
It could be,
you know?
because when I take my girls to school, his truck's not there. But at night when I come home from football, his truck's in the middle of the road.
And his driveway's
So,
empty.
and his driveway's empty
Well,
with the
they
string
had
up.
stuff blocking the driveway.
They put a string up, yeah,
Those two houses, they had.
so the
string.
construction guys don't pull in their driveway.
And you
mean,
can
I
tell
would
the
do the same
difference whether it's construction or it's a homeowner's.
Yeah.
Okay, so
There's
he's more in the
There's
road.
the address. He has more than enough space to park.
In his driveway.
If he prefers not to, that's his problem. If you post one side of the road, you have to worry about fire trucks. The won't be able to make the turns, we won't be able to get into the driveways if they have to be close. You can't
Well,
wait
there are
till there's a
roads,
fire.
there are roads, we can post whatever we want,
Yeah.
so.
It's kind of a more of a DPW thing when, if they want to put some signs up.
If they choose not to park in their driveway, well, then you give them
Were you suggesting, Mr. Mayor, we just, could we take action, say we'd like to post no parking signs in that section?
Yeah, on one side of the road.
All the way down?
I'll make that motion.
Where there's no,
Can we do it on Pratt too?
You can do it anywhere you like.
Because I know there is there's a section on Pratt that does have some no parking, because people complain, during softball games, right? And like, I think we all know what happens during softball games on Pratt Road.
I don't think any of Pratt Roads posted no parking, is it, except
There's a little bit
all the way down by the
yeah,
ballpark?
down by the field, yeah.
Right.
But the whole road, typically it's both sides, people park in my front yard.
Unless they see a sign, they're gonna park.
Right, exactly, so,
Because there is no
I-
sign that says you can't.
right, I understand Bell River, but I would, for safety reasons, I
So we're
would think
looking
Pratt
at
Road would be
posting
appropriate as well.
for starters, the west side.
So it'd be
of Bell
the
River.
west side of Bell River and the north side of Pratt Road.
Why the west side?
North side.
There is less
That's the only
shoulder
word.
on the west side.
Pardon me?
on Bell River?
Bell River, yeah.
Why, so why the west side not?
Because there's no
There's no shoulder
there
to
at all.
park on.
Have you seen it at all?
I walk down there
Like no sign.
3 times a week, probably, yeah.
It's your turns. and all.
There will be more shoulder on the east side, like Larry is saying, which I agree with. I think if they want to park on that side.
Then what were you saying about Pratt Road?
You know, you don't.
Yes.
It doesn't mention size.
Go ahead.
You don't, you know, we wouldn't have to wait till the houses are sold on the far side, only when they're built, because then there's plenty of parking on that side.
Here's the thing though,
But they're
if I
limited
bought a
on-
house and there was not no parking in front of it, and then as soon as they built my house and I moved in and they put a sign out there that said, do not park in the street or wherever you're gonna put these signs, I think I'd be pretty upset. That's an issue. So I'm just saying that you need to think about this. This is the whole idea of how this all started. Remember we talked about,
On the
we're gonna
west
pick and
side-
choose
On the west side, there is no room
No, there's no.
though. There is no
parking.
room.
Matter of fact, I wouldn't want a house on the west side for that very reason, because they can't park there and you have people coming.
So really, we probably should have had a bigger setback for those houses, right? We probably should have had a bigger setback over there.
Yeah,
Probably,
Yeah.
they should have waited instead of having what they have.
Hey, get too much conversation, I can't hear people talking.
Another suggestion is maybe in the wintertime, that might be an issue too, parking on one side of the street. At least, well, plowing, at least parking start on one side. You might have to do the snow.
Don't we have
In
an
the
ordinance
winter,
right now?
we
for the
do
winter?
have-
There is no street parking.
Yeah, there's no.
Yeah,
all
no winter,
no street
It's not
parking.
the winter.
Yeah.
It's posted.
I don't know if it's posted.
It's posted some
It's
places.
posted someplace.
Sometimes they put the sign up in the
Yeah.
winter.
It's in the paper, there's notifications
It's not
out.
posted like every block, but it's out there.
No, okay.
So, okay, let's get back to what we're talking about here. So the suggestion was on Bell River Road, no parking on the west side, because I guess there's maybe a little more room on the east side. I mean, you're gonna have people that are, if they're living on the west side, and you have the neighbor across the road parking there, or you have someone that lives on the west side, and they just start parking on the east side in front of the neighbor's house.
First come, first served.
Isn't there a trailer too, or no, he doesn't have that anymore? I don't, no, okay.
There was, I think it's a couple hours in town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Find somebody parking.
But that was in the driveway.
Yeah, and it's one of those, I mean, do we turn around and take this up on 2 roads? And, you know, and again, I mean, with Pratt, you know, how do you pick north or south?
Yeah, really on Pratt, there's not a lot of great parking on either side, to be honest with
Well, I
you.
think
Well, on the
it's,
north side, you had a ditch,
Yeah,
so you're.
Hard to park.
you might be
can't-
the,
It's just not safe, particularly with the ball game traffic and people, pedestrians.
So they'd have to park on the south
It's
side.
just a
So they'd be parking on the south side and walking across the road.
I think the school is looking into putting a parking
Should be
lot back
parking on the
there.
west side, it's just.
So you might have to let that ride.
Okay, so just so everybody knows that when they built that small parking lot in the back of the school property, they came to council and they told us that it was only gonna be open during games for handicap parkers. That's what we were told.
The small
at that
lot.
time.
Which is what it is, yeah.
It's open all the time. Every time I go
Oh.
by there, the gate's open.
But in the-
There's cars parked in there. Every time there's a game, there's cars parked in there.
Really?
As far as I know it, I'm not going through there.
handicap and
Yeah.
No, exactly. You know, they have practices and somebody, I know people park there. I'm not finding out by the time I'm going by there, it's already over. So I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on.
And part of that millage too, one of the focus groups we were in is to put a 40 parking spot parking lot back there,
Off Pratt Road.
off Pratt Road. Yeah.
So the whole idea was that they did not want any traffic, and they did not want any buses going down Pratt Road for any reason. And all the traffic should be in the parking lot. That's what it's
Yeah,
there for.
That didn't happen.
No, that's what we were told
I
the
know.
school's gonna do when they came here and asked us for permission to make that parking lot.
Yeah,
I was here.
Yeah.
I was at the meeting.
yeah. I don't doubt that at all. Now they're part of that millage though, and Tammy can speak to that, because that was one of the questions I asked was, they're looking to put a 40 space parking lot by the ball field I don't know where, to get into those specifics. But that would potentially eliminate the parking. on
So
the
we
road.
wouldn't have to worry about the Pratt Road one.
At some point, yes. At some point.
It's one thing if people are having a family party, they have a few extra people over, they're gonna park on the street, they can't all fit in the driveway.
And then again, I think that goes into enforcement by the police department if they're impeding traffic so that a fire truck can't come down the road.
Impeding
They get
traffic.
a notification, move your car an hour, you get a ticket, we'll tow it.
But there's no parking signs.
Doesn't have to be for blocking the road.
So if there's, but if,
I can't pull out on M19 and park in the right lane.
I mean, that's true.
So
Still won't
are
be
you
able to
all-
get a truck down there.
You still wouldn't be able to get a truck down there
You
if
won't
there's
get
one
a
on
fire
both
truck down
sides.
there, whether there's a
Yeah.
party or not. You can't wait till that happens.
People have parked on the side of that road for years,
Right.
just not in that new spot because it's a new house. But down that road, there's
Well,
that,
not
there.
completely the road.
Okay, no, I
No, that,
don't.
it's just that guy, how we.
Okay, so where do we want to go with this?
Somebody make a motion to go how we want.
Tell the guy not to park in the road.
I think talking to somebody is a little easier than doing this, because really this is how we got this whole code enforcement thing, was about one guy that should have got a letter and didn't, and as soon as he forgot his letter, everything was cleaned up, and now we have all
Okay,
this.
back onto where we're going with the parking. What do we want to do with it, folks?
I'm for postal signs.
I agree that we should have no parking on that side.
Okay, so let's start with Bell River and
Let's
see
start
where
with
we want to
Bell
go.
River.
Let me finish though.
Sure.
However, I would prefer you wait till those houses are built. There's so much
Pratt.
yeah, just on Bell River.
Oh.
Just until they're built. And once they're built, even if they're not sold, they're still could you can park on that side. And right now, with all the construction and everything, if you can't park, you know, I know they're parking partially on the road or based on the road, but there will be no parking anyplace there. And I think if we waited till those were built, and they build them pretty fast. I would think they'd be done within a month or two, the most, so, 2 months at the most, because they're all basically. So I'd rather, you know, it's up to council. I'm only one vote, but I'd rather you just wait on Bell River Road till that was done. But if you want to go ahead with it, you know, majority of council, then do. I'm not gonna, but I'm just saying, I think it would be, because of the congestion and everything, it really would wait, because parking is very difficult right there now. I go
Because of
down there,
construction,
it
right.
don't bother me because I go real slow, but, and there's not, road traffic is not a lot.
And generally, we don't have somebody on both sides of the road either, correct?
Yeah, so,
So if Doug did have to get down there, I think he'd be able to get it down to one since he'd be parked on the opposite side also, right?
Like I said, most of the time where we see them on both sides of the road is during Memphis days and
Right.
garage sale
Yeah,
people.
right.
I know Richmond puts up temporarily no parking signs on the one
Yeah.
side of every
And maybe
street.
that's something that we look at during the Memphis days, and that's where we turn around and, like, you go to Armada and you see it posted, no parking, you
Yeah.
know.
You get one side of the road on every road, it is probably.
Put up paper signs for a weekend and, you know, and I think that will alleviate a lot of it. And you just have somebody patrolling saying, get your car, we're gonna tow it, so.
Armada does it so they can get $5 at the church. Might want to find a parking spot, and then golf carts and cart them back and forth.
Well, then you have all the people that have the big lots, anybody in there.
So are we doing it on the-
Steve, what were you saying?
You won't write them a ticket for that day.
Did you, Did you put a motion out?
No, I didn't. I
Okay.
was just voicing an opinion, but I'm a little biased because I drive up and down the street all the time. And I'm tired of waiting for our cars to come by, and it's just been an ongoing problem. We've had school getting out.
That is just one of those, I don't travel Bell River that often, and I don't remember ever seeing
I don't
anything
like
like
it.
this side of the road, so.
I don't like it, it's one car, and I think maybe we can have a conversation with the person.
You know, when this is
Let's go
gonna,
back to that. Okay, let's move on to the next one. We've beaten this one down. I think,
Steve,
were you
it's
done?
gonna become a
Were
big
you done?
issue.
You wanna make a motion?
Condos
Were you done
and
talking?
Everyone's dumping out.
Were you done?
well, no, I mean.
Well, you started talking, and then you guys started talking. I wasn't sure if he was done or not,
I
that's all.
thought it was.
Oh, okay.
No, I was just voicing my opinion, though. Thanks for asking.
Okay.
It's okay.
I still think it should be addressed.
But I don't want to just drop it either. I mean, we got to take action on this, even if we're going to table it. I don't want it to just disappear. We should have a plan of action.
Thinking
address the
ahead.
timeframe.
When that condo complex is built and you're dumping all those people onto Bell River Road, you're gonna have to do something.
Well, they'll have a parking lot.
I think,
They'll have a parking lot.
No, all the owners of that, everyone in that new condo complex is coming out onto Bell River Road.
He's saying for traffic purposes,
Right.
right? Yeah.
I think the sooner get the idea, the better.
Yeah, or else I
Okay.
think it's grandfathered.
Hey,
in.
if somebody wants to make a motion, we can take it. Whatever you want to do. Somebody? Anybody?
All right, I'll make a motion, we can vote on it. I just- Again, I'm a little biased, but I would move that we would post the west side of Bell River.
Jason, you stated your motion, folks.
Post the west side of Bell River, no parking on the street.
And this would
From
be
where to
between, what point and what point?
Pratt to Boardman or Pratt to one of the other roads? I think we need to be
Well, it's not really
specific.
much of an issue past Boardman, but I don't know if you want to get inclusive, there's only how many, there are houses north, it's a good point, right? I mean, there's houses
And
north
I
of Boardman.
mean, we want to make sure we were clear, that's all.
Yep.
Well, where there's no shoulder.
So Boardman to Pratt, west side of the road.
Well, there's no shoulder north of Portman, is there?
North of Boardman, there's a little bit of room.
But there's room.
Yeah,
There's places that have spots in
They
front
got
of
a
their
good amount of
house.
stone in front of those
Kind of like
houses.
pull
Yeah,
off.
there's-
Yeah.
I would say there's more room from the
But-
road to the sidewalk on that side of.
Yeah, they're set back a little.
Isn't that how this started? We were talking about cars not parking between the sidewalk and the road, right? And
Well,
then
just
now-
not blocking the road, which is
That's,
already allowed.
that's
but-
another issue.
I'm sorry.
That's
Yeah.
another issue.
Okay,
So
Steve,
Steve, sorry.
Yeah, I would make a motion to post no parking signs on the west side of Bell River from Pratt Road to Boardman Road.
Yeah, I don't think it should be that far.
Why not? Same
The
amount.
condos are
Same.
gonna be there, he said.
Yeah, I think future planning, it makes sense.
make it one side
Support.
of the road from one end to the other.
I'll support it.
Okay,
Okay. Mazer,
yes.
Schneider,
No.
Sofa,
No.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
no.
Zimmer,
Yes.
Murder.
No.
Okay, we have Mazer, Weaver, Zimmer, yes, Schneider, Sofa, Wilson, and Murder, no. So motion denied.
We can still make another motion if somebody wants to try something else.
Right, or like I said, revisit it after the construction stuff. We see.
I think that's a mistake, myself personally. I think whatever you're gonna do, you need to do it now, because like I said, if these people are gonna buy these houses,
It's all right.
Maybe send
I think we should figure out what we're gonna do and how we're gonna do it. Personally, I think it should go on the other side of the road, not on the west side. That's my opinion. Because if you're taking a fire truck and you're making that turn, the odds are you're making the turn onto Pratt or onto Bell River this way. So it's always gonna be the outside of the curve, because if they're going outside of town, they're just gonna go straight, right? Or if they're coming down Bell River and then going out Pratt Road, which I'm not sure why they would go that way.
So can I make a suggestion that we have DPW?
I'm not making a motion, I'm just having a
I'm
discussion.
just saying, and I understand that too, I'm just saying, can we maybe have our DPW committee take a look at this, visit it with Bart, and, you know, maybe even the police department and their thoughts along with Doug,
That's
you know?
what I'm saying. If somebody's blocking the roadway, that's against the law.
Right.
That's it.
So,
You don't need a sign, because if you're blocking the roadway, it's illegal.
If you have a sign.
So you think it's a, so I don't understand, so you
If
think
you're
it's okay
blocking
to
the
park?
roadway, and if you're in the lane of travel, that's illegal.
Right,
Then why isn't our
You
police
don't need a
department
sign.
doing anything about it?
Ask them.
so how can you
But that
enforce
is
it
a law.
otherwise?
That's the, I'm not the police.
Yeah, impeding the roadways.
I can't write a ticket.
Okay, and that's something, hey, we're gonna have a discussion with the police department about it too.
Are we saying that that is the purview of the police department and not Mr. Urban's?
What's the roadway, that's the
Parking?
police department.
Just
I mean-
clarify.
It's not a no parking zone right now, so if the guy's parked in front of his house, I don't see how he's breaking the law. I'm not sure, but you guys are saying that he's parked
And that's
right
a-
in the,
He's on the roadway,
He's on, yeah.
he's on the road.
Yeah, he's always got a couple of tires on the road. He's got at least half a truck on the road, sometimes a whole truck.
but there's not a no parking sign there, right?
Doesn't matter, he's in the lane of travel.
No, but he's on the road though. So if we, I guess after.
Wasn't any car parked on Bell Road Road, in the road then?
No, no.
Depends on how much front yard they got.
Yeah, there are other places where there's a little bit more setback between the houses and the
Wow.
drive, I should say between the road and the driveway where they have like almost a pull-off spot.
They don't have the ditches.
Down towards Larry's house, there's a couple houses there that actually have a spot that's wide enough to fit a vehicle. If you've got half of the vehicle in the road, you're impeding the roadway. I mean, I'm not a cop, I don't know.
Right, no.
It's that.
So that's something to have a
that
conversation
spot,
with,
but
maybe
you
I'll
can
have a
take it
conversation with our chief unless you want to or whatever about having this enforced if somebody's impeding the roadway.
Sure, I can have a meeting if you want me to.
Okay.
Yeah, if that's what you want.
Mhm.
I didn't know if somebody else wanted to try to make a different motion, I wasn't sure. No?
Okay. All right, number 2, already. The ballots being delivered on the sidewalk. Ms. Harper addressed that pretty well to us. I don't know if anybody's got any other questions or concerns about that. You caught what was going down there with the stuff, so.
Yep.
It's a little bit of a long-term temporary, but it's not really, you know, my thought was that they were using a fork truck to move the stuff around there, so. Yeah, and I mean, they keep it tucked up tight to the building and they want to take the liability of leaving their stuff out there, well, then so be it. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sidewalks to new construction. What is this?
I have no idea, I have no idea what
He
that is.
mentioned that we should put it in our building codes or whatever
Oh,
papers you go buy, that when you put a new
you buy a
house up.
house, there
you
should be a
should-
sidewalk. Try to put it in later. They're gonna say, well, it wasn't there before. Now you're gonna try to, one person, one side of their street had to pay for those sidewalks. The other side might not have to. Why? They should both pay for the sidewalk. Both. That builder's not gonna eat that. The owner, the buyer's gonna eat that. And I would think they need more sidewalk.
What, sidewalks on both sides of the road all over town everywhere?
Any new house incoming.
Then what if you build a new house and there's vacant lots all over, you just get this blank sidewalk?
That's what they do all the time. And as they sell it, they put it
I don't
in.
think we have to.
Yeah, because now you have to try to figure out who's gonna pay for it.
I believe that in Richmond, if you sell your house, in order to sell it,
Yeah,
you have to upgrade your sidewalk to.
Code?
Yeah, to not have to crack, well, code's 5 feet now, so that's totally different.
they at least have to fix it.
Yeah.
Like eaves and stuff like that. The city inspects it before closing, and then if it's gotta be fixed, they fix it.
Okay.
So no action?
No action on that?
No action.
Okay. No parking side by the hydrant at Union and Boardman.
I talked to Bart on that this afternoon, and, I guess, you're supposed to park, what, 15 feet from a fire hydrant?
25.
Is that correct?
25.
Yeah.
25, that's so we can get a truck in next to it,
Yeah.
correct?
That's on the roadside though, right?
Roadside,
Just fit on the roadside. Yeah, so I don't know.
This is about yours over here.
Do we want to put a sign up there, no parking within 15 feet or?
Right here?
Yeah, down here.
It's
No
the
parking
one- it's
within
the one that
25
they
feet.
use to fill up to go on.
Right, no parking within 25 feet.
So even on the parking lot side?
No, I think, I thought it was 15 feet.
facing Union, the
Okay.
Union Street side.
We put a barricade up.
But evidently the
Well,
police say.
you have a poster over there, it's posted no parking over on the other side, isn't it?
Right, but if someone parks right against the fire hydrant now, evidently the police say they can't ticket them because there isn't a sign there.
Okay,
No
well, you know, as far as
Which
I'm
makes no
concerned, hey, suggestion,
Yeah, this is,
post entire Union Street, no parking.
That would be nice.
I mean,
there's no houses on it.
no, I mean, really, I mean, you look at, there's chopped up spots to park, but it's one of those, part of you are blocking the driveway to the tower, part of you are blocking the hydrant, part of you are blocking the driveway coming out of the fire hall. Can I get a motion that we just post both sides of Union Street for parking?
From here.
From Boardman to Potter?
Maybe close it in with like yellow, cement blocks or something too, so that we have clear.
Seems like DPW should just be able to
That
handle
would
that.
accomplish what we want to do, right?
Yeah.
I'll make that motion.
Did you catch that, Don?
Larry,
Both sides
No
of,
parking,
from,
Potter, Boardman,
on
and
Union, both sides, well, one side's already done,
From
so
Boardman to,
Potter.
Any motion, any support?
Support.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yeah, yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
yes.
Zimmer,
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
Mazer.
Yes.
All right, next up, permit price for food trucks. Right now, what we do is we currently, anybody that has a food truck has to come to the city and get a business license. So they're,
And they do pay for it.
they have to pay for it before they can park and do business there, so.
There's a designated spot, is that spot there? Looks like
They,
so.
they pretty much use that spot, but we do, you know, I mean, if they want to set up anywhere else in town for an empty lot or something like that, they still have to pay for a business license to do it. Wherever in the city.
This seems like a great spot there, next to the rest.
So they pay to be there.
And what you said, Tom, was you thought the price was too low.
The what?
The price was too low.
Yeah, well. Do you agree with that?
That's why I wrote it down. That was yours.
How much is it now, Donna? How much is it?
It's like 25 bucks.
It's $40 for the first year if you keep coming back.
But this is a
I think
business
20 or
license, this
25.
will apply to every business, not just food trucks.
Business license.
We're
Right,
increasing
right,
the
we-
price
it's the
of
same
a business
as a
license,
business,
not just
because
this
they're doing
business or that
business.
business, so.
What does a
Careful with
business
that.
license cost?
Same
Because
thing.
you're
Same
putting
thing.
on their income too.
Same thing, costs the same
Right. So Tammy pays the same thing as a food truck.
for her business license.
Right. So, and then
Any
again,
business
after
in
the
town
first
pays
year
the same
drops
license.
down. So anyways,
Any business in
Oh,
town
I
pays the same
think
license.
that's
Right.
good. We don't want to cut in on somebody who's got an established place here.
Tammy, what do you think it should be? How much do you think it should be for a food truck? Double? And I'm just asking your opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
Double.
I think, yeah, because they just come in whenever they want and.
Well, no, not whatever they want. Obviously, they're being invited by somebody, right? I mean, the Lions Club has them at the Lions Field, the Lions Club asks people to come in and do it.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that Sage Creek is part of why these trucks are coming and parking on their property, right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, somebody couldn't just pull up and pull into our park, right? Or
No. I think this is a business license, and I believe how it should really kind of work is kind of set up on either, you know, in front of your business
Yeah.
or on private property. I think
Right.
they should have to get something totally different if they want to just set up at our city park. That's like, no, you know what I mean?
Tom, what do other cities do for this stuff?
Well,
One day
these
license,
here,
right?
they pay taxes,
Right.
they maintain that. We hammer them for stuff that the city doesn't want. Why does this guy get to come in for 25 bucks?
A year.
A year.
Right.
Yeah.
A year.
I almost,
Maybe every time.
are there and I'm only asking because of other cities, because you are Armada as well, right?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, so
I
like,
import here on.
import here, I'm wondering if there are like special use permits for situations like
And
this.
you get to designate the spot, you get to designate
Sure.
the amount, you get to designate the time.
Where it's not, I paid
All over
$25 for the full
They
year.
seem to be all over for you.
Right, but they're paying.
Yeah, gas station parking lot. What's
Yeah.
their fee? 41?
That ordinance that you have to find out from them, I don't know, we didn't enforce those, because that was something new.
So it isn't, they're not given yearly business licenses in other cities, basically.
Well, if they
is what
pull
you're
that
saying.
truck out, then that's it, they're gone.
Well,
Right, they'll hit it again.
Right.
You wanna move it?
I would think this is something we should look at.
I see a lot of them that they say city of whatever, and they stick it right on their window, and it's good for the whole year. That's usually what
But
I
then
see.
charge them for a whole year price, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the whole year price, you know?
You know, if you wanna see.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting the benefits that Tammy is paying without all of the costs that Tammy is having
Yeah,
to pay.
that's
the
good,
problem, yeah.
they should pay,
I agree.
you know.
Yeah.
They're not
Tammy's
giving
paying
their
property
food away for
tax.
free, and neither are they,
Right.
but they gotta make more to pay for that guy's spot, probably.
So how would we go about creating
Business and.
I guess, would it be a special use permit?
Like double.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I've never really looked into it, so I don't know.
I know Port Huron was new at it. I left, and then they started.
I don't see an issue with
That was, they
increasing the
they
price
have
of
a park
it.
there, and I suggested right there where they had their bands and all that.
Yeah,
And I told them they should have like a garage sale every Sunday and hit them. People came.
yeah. If it were me, to protect our local businesses, I would rather have every time instead of for the full year, and I would rather have a higher cost. If it's me making a suggestion, I don't know how we do it.
I wouldn't do every kind because then people are gonna get away with it if we don't catch them. So to me, you have to be there and pull a full year, whether you come once or whatever, and just pay
Well,
a
then the
higher
rate
price.
needs to be
maybe.
higher.
Right.
Maybe the police department goes and
Considerably
checks. I
Yeah.
mean, check their permit.
I'm
You
okay
issue
with it.
it, you issue it once, you know, for a week.
I think per day thing is a little,
Not the day, but maybe a week.
well, they usually come per day. They come,
Yeah.
there's like one truck that comes one time this
Yeah, they
month, and then
switch.
next month so.
But they don't come
You
back
can hit
and
them every
make
time.
money,
I
so
don't
you
know.
wanna make sure you're
Yeah.
making money too.
Well,
Their time.
we're not in the business to make money, we're a municipality.
You get to fix your
We're not
streets.
for
you
profit.
get-
No, but we do want to protect our business.
No, I know, no, I'm saying,
Right.
You wanna
I'm
buy
saying we wanna
homes,
make
that's
money,
what-
it's
yeah.
not what we're.
Then why should they pay their property taxes when they're only paying $25? That's not even a parking
Yeah, I think
ticket.
raising it's fine.
Right.
Makes sense.
I mean, that just, you know, the money is just, I don't say rip them off, but you park in a handicap, that's $100 and a half. And that's one shot.
That's it, but it's,
I mean,
the thing is it's not just these ones that are outside of the doghouse, the established place. It's not just them. They'll have them at the Lions Club over here for a special event. They'll have them, people will have them at a party for a special event. You know, it's not, you know,
but they're not parked up for
it
their
affects
business.
everybody, you know, a little bit, so.
Think of it this way though, the Sage Street is actually inviting the people to
Right,
come in.
that's,
And they
they're
set
parked
up.
in front of their business.
Right, exactly.
Lions Club is
And
the,
Sage Street pays property taxes.
right, well,
So,
if they're happy with that 25, that's.
yeah, I mean,
No, it's ridiculous.
raising the prices.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't
Tammy,
know.
do you think it's detrimental to your business to have a food truck over there bringing some people from, as far as I know,
Because most people don't want it.
20 miles from
So they started doing the food trucks because when the patio opened, my kitchen was overwhelmed. So they brought it to me and said, would you mind if we had a food truck? And I said, no, on Fridays and Saturdays. I do have a problem with them having them every day. Because I don't need a food truck on Sunday or Wednesday or Thursday, we can handle it. I think it should be limited a little bit more. I don't mind, I'm all for food trucks because people at the tables will order, some will order from me, some will order from the food truck, and still do a good business. It's just sometimes on Sundays, like, unless it's a special event, like the dog parking lot party, that was fine because we were all busy and it's great. But on a normal Sunday, doesn't really, you know, maybe once a month on a Sunday, that's fine, but every Sunday, every Wednesday, every Thursday, every Sunday, that's
I
not
thought they
stuff.
did Thursday, Friday.
No, they've been doing them every day, yeah,
Oh,
in the
for
summertime.
25
In the
bucks,
summertime, they do
I
it.
live
For $25, I do it every day.
But they're all different trucks.
I mean, honestly.
Yeah, they're all
Same truck
different
every
trucks.
Cheap, that's probably why.
Yeah, it's $25 per business,
But
and
it's
there's
even
what,
this
20 of them
young
that,
Yeah.
if they're every day, there's 30 days in a month, that's 30 trucks.
First time 40, just like a business.
Right.
So it's
She's gotta-
$40 the first year and $25 every year after that?
She's gotta have a health inspection, you gotta have somebody
So
come
that-
in, the fire department has
Okay.
to inspect, I mean, that's their
Food
insurance.
trucks aren't inspected by the health department?
The county has to come, I thought. Don't they come?
There.
Yeah.
Food trucks?
Food trucks are
Yeah.
inspected by the
Yeah,
health department.
but they don't charge them as much as that,
Right.
you know.
Because there's less to inspect.
And they gotta be caught. That's the other thing. Like you say, they're a flyby and they just go to another place. They don't, nobody stops them.
So I guess it comes down to what do we feel like is a fair dollar amount?
Yeah, 'cause it's about the.
Because that's what, yeah, that's what it comes down to.
Maybe it should be double what hers is. Because she says they park there every day. And they're cutting in on her business. I mean, that would cut
I think
down
it should
the
be
amount of
monthly.
time they'd be there. That's all. They
I think
determine
it
how
should be
much they
monthly.
want to be there by the cost. She's there forever.
I would
The
say
food
just
truck is
double it,
there because it's cheap.
you know, just double their cost.
Whatever your business is.
$50 a year or something like that.
So it would,
So you would do 80 the first year, 50.
I think do away with the discount, to be totally
Yeah, no
honest.
discount, just
So
every year.
here, let me
No, I'm
make,
saying 80 bucks. Oh, okay.
Every
Oh,
year,
I see.
$50 a year,
Yeah.
every year, every.
I'll make a motion that food truck permits cost $80 annually with no discount
80?
after. 80, so that's double, 40 and 40 is 80, annually with no discounts.
Support.
Sofa?
Yes,
Huh?
yes,
Okay. Weaver?
Yes.
Wilson?
yes.
Zimmer?
Yes.
Murder?
Sure.
Mazer?
Yes.
Schneider?
Yes.
Okay, now I got a question though, because a lot of these people already paid their yearly. Can we start this?
So it would be at the end of their regular,
Or-
whenever.
And
it
Or
is.
ours,
no,
July
when,
1st?
when
Yeah,
they're
fiscal
year
year.
end.
Yeah.
Fiscal year. That's how it's
Is that how
done.
it- Well, how do you
No,
want the
actually,
business
she does that in
license
January. So
Okay.
January?
We'll do January.
Okay.
Or anybody who
You're
just
not
wants to
getting
go
much
on.
many food trucks in
When they go to
go?
January.
And any,
When
so
they-
January for existing and any new ones would be at the new rate,
Yeah.
is what I think it should be.
Oh,
Right.
So if something, so like I
Okay.
start a food truck and I'm like, hey, I wanna
Okay.
be in Memphis, I'd have to pay $80.
okay. One's 80.
There is.
So
it is
any
in our
new
ordinance book.
would pay the new rate.
Mhm.
Anybody on the renew would pay the new rate.
In January,
In
yes.
Correct.
Or whenever they come to renew.
Or whenever they.
All right.
Okay, that was-
We're good, right? Oh, and now the house on the corner of Union and Bowman.
Good news.
Yeah.
Yeah?
There is people living there now, by the way.
So Gino, who's the son of the woman who owned the house.
Okay.
He now has gotten control of the building, the house. His sister does not own the house anymore. He owns it. I'm pretty sure his name's Gino, but I'm
And
not.
there's like- I know there was stuff that was
Cut the
in
grass.
there.
So he's cut the grass. He started moving a bunch of junk out of there. He got rid of that boat that was there.
Car's gone. One car is gone.
Yeah. And I believe he's living there, but he may be just cleaning it up until he can sell it. I'm not
No,
really
he's
sure.
gonna be living there, he told me.
Oh, okay.
Well, okay.
That's
But,
what he
you
said.
know, either way, whatever it is, it's better. It's gonna be better.
Yeah,
I mean-
it's gonna take time.
I think
Okay.
It's
that,
got a lot.
I think that, the whole thing with the house now is that there's been so much put on the taxes though, right?
No, the water bill, and she just paid again, another $20.
I know, but she's been given blight tickets and they've all gone to court and there's gonna be, actually, I think she's like right on the verge of getting a bench warrant issued, which probably doesn't mean
Yeah,
anything
she
to do with.
ignores whatever we send her.
Well, we haven't sent her a bench warrant.
No, but they have sent certified letters to police.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those have all gone to.
I have emailed her that she's, like, all this money's going to the water and she needed to pay some on the taxes because she's got a huge credit, and she told me quit harassing her. And they keep coming, water bill, water bill, water bill. So I'm like,
So
okay.
will that transfer over to whoever takes over the house now?
Yeah.
I don't know. He told me himself that he will pay her back. I don't know.
Pay her back. He needs to pay us, not her.
No, she's got a huge credit on her water because she keeps paying it.
Oh,
Yeah, huge. So that's between them. I'm not worried about that. Someone sends me a check to pay a water bill, I'm gonna keep paying it.
so we owe her money on the water bill?
No.
No,
Not enough.
she's just paying the generally,
That's
tap-
between
it's
them.
it's a tap fee because there's no water usage, right?
Here's my question. So she's not, the taxes are not paid, right?
If the taxes are not paid, it went to the county, so it's not ours anymore. He has to take that up with the county. And he did take some, he did pay some with the county because he showed me the paper.
Great.
He said he made a deal with
That's
them.
progress, yeah, that's
And you're
great.
getting done.
Yeah.
And it's getting
So
cleaned
that
up,
is
that's good. I mean, it's been a long time, long overdue.
It's probably been 5 years almost now, right? 4 or 5 years?
It's been a while.
Yeah, at least 5 years. I mean, even when there were people living there. So, so, up next, Larry, go ahead.
Well, okay, all right, the notice, for co-marriage is coming up due, and the current interest rate is 4.75. The new interest rate will be 5.10. So I'll make a motion to approve the renew it at 5.10.
Support.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Zimmer,
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
Mazer,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa.
Yes.
Yep, all right, next up, water and sewer invoice from BMJ. So this is billing for consultation, engineering with EGLE.
Yeah, from the condo development, which we'll pay it, but we also have to charge the builder funds.
Okay.
Do you want a motion?
Yep,
I'll make a motion to approve the BMJ invoice for the condo development in the amount of $3,313.76.
Support.
Wilson,
Yes.
Zimmer,
Yes.
Martyr, Mazer,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes.
all right, from the mayor. I really don't have anything, except the guy in the corner of Main Street and Pratt on the northwest corner needs to clean up all the wood out of his yard.
Yeah, I mean, since we're on this, are you done?
Yeah, go ahead.
And since we're on that subject of stuff, like, I mean, there's stuff that's been existing since, I mean, we had an issue with the guy with his stuff being sold, on Main Street. He got a letter, he took care of it, cleaned it up, gone right away. We have other things that are on Main Street that doesn't seem like anything's been done, like the unfinished
The one
barn in the
building.
back and all that, like,
We sent a letter.
We sent a letter, she
What
talked to
happened?
Mel. Mel gave her more time because her, guy quit. And now he just told me send another letter because
yeah, because I
nothing's
mean,
been
think
done,
about
so
someone's
the letter's
nuisance, I
going
mean,
out
it's really
tomorrow.
more than just building permit, there's no building permit or anything.
I don't even
It's,
know if it's safe enough to go.
it's been, I mean, almost a year now, at least maybe, I don't know how long it's been sitting like that, but
Did she pull it for a permit? Because there's a time limit on permit.
I don't know.
Right, but Mel gave her an extension that is up.
But it seems like it's been like that for well over a year, and I don't know if
I'm not sure it's been that long, but it has been a long
It's
time.
been- and I, like, there's critters living in there, it's,
It's up to the weather.
Untarped, it's up, and then
something, I just don't know,
There's
there's just a few
appliances
things that,
right after
I know there was things that were talked about when we first hired you, and letters went out. And I go around, I see like nothing's done in a lot of these
we
cases.
sent we're gonna send it, but Donna said that the building did.
Yeah, I think
And then when he gave her an extension.
the only person who actually did anything when they got a letter that
Talk to
is
someone
apparent
else.
to me is the guy that sparked the whole thing. You know, that if we'd have just sent him a letter in the beginning,
There's been a few people that cleaned up their junk
they've
cards and
done what they
everything,
did.
yes.
Yeah, okay, so,
Um,
but they're not apparent.
There's some too that were sending the second notice, and I don't know, after that, what,
Well,
I
we
say
can't- we can't-
ticket or
We're
something.
trying to figure out how to get pictures and,
Trying to avoid tickets, you know.
But
Who,
yeah,
who
that's-
issues the tickets?
I mean,
The police would?
I don't know what the protocol is for
if
that.
the
But I-
ordinance says the
I-
police
I-
department can issue, you don't wanna change it, just have
I
to
was
send out
thinking-
the We'll send them the letter, that's the notification.
I was
Make
at
sure
planning
there's nothing
commission
about it.
meetings.
Let the police department go and write them a ticket.
After the second warrant.
After the second
Okay,
warning, and
nobody
if
does
the
anything.
chief doesn't have to act on that ticket right away, he could keep it on his desk, they move the car, ticket get turned up. It doesn't have to be taken to court.
okay, it just says that, I mean, I
But with
hear
the
all
ticket,
these
it's
planning
a little more
commission meetings and people and stuff talking about how this looks like this, and this looks like this, and this looks like this, and there's certain things that have looked like things for a long time, right on Main Street. People will complain about somebody's banner flag that they're promoting their business, but yet there's turn a blind eye to basically an abandoned building, right, on Main Street. I don't, I just don't know where we're at in the process and how that goes, and how does somebody just get an extension that lasts almost indefinitely or whatever, I don't know,
Without a permit,
without a permit, it's just a gaping hole.
because the permit tells you it's 6 months, and then you gotta act upon it, and you don't get another.
Yeah.
Well, what about, I'm sorry, what about the old Kohler building?
Yep.
What's cool?
There's a tree growing out of the
Tree
door.
growing
Yeah, exactly, the old Kohler building right over there, I mean, it's another thing that,
I'm not sure, but I think there's something dead in that grass right now
That
too.
whole corner.
yeah.
Well, I know there's a groundhog that lives there.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, and it's the same thing, and I'm not specific, I
That's
understand
just Shelby General.
homeowners and stuff have issues sometimes, but there's
From
some
the
bus
bus-
drive there for
from
a
the
while.
bus-
Just past the bus garage,
Another one is
on the north side of the road, it's
one
still
going
in
to
the
the
tree
post
growing.
office.
It's been empty
On
for,
Jefferman, the backyard.
Next to it.
Big lot.
West of it.
They got all kind of plants.
to the west.
the windows are sinking in,
Where?
there's a hole in it, yeah.
The house, is it
The
the
old,
house?
Yeah,
Meat
the whole
Market,
roof.
whatever it was.
So that's all for me though.
Right next to the library.
Yes, yeah, I have nothing.
Yes.
No,
That's the building.
across the street from the
Yeah.
library, that
I don't know.
one, that
It's up for
faces
sale.
Boardman Road though.
Yeah, but.
Got
That
Robbie
one.
Forever.
The other.
I haven't-
Hey! Go ahead, Robbie.
I haven't looked the last 2 days, but the dumpster at the funeral home is like overflowing. So I don't know how long, that's.
In the back?
Yeah.
It must have just filled up because it was kind of funny because I went by the other day and it was empty.
So,
Well, I mean, the lids were closed on
Maybe
it.
they just emptied it then because it was overflowing onto the ground.
yeah, cause
Okay.
I think what
I haven't
happens,
looked this weekend.
I think what happens sometimes over there is you get these people that are there for 6 months, then they leave, well, they're not taking all their, everything back home with them. So a lot of that just ends up going into the garbage, so.
And not to say
probably
that somebody
during
else isn't going back there and dumping it
Yeah.
like they do here at the city office. It's like
During
they do
that
at the Lions
transition,
Club.
whenever they're gonna have that transition, I expect heavy garbage. When this crew's moving out before this crew moves in, and when that crew moves out, they're gonna have stuff to get rid of. you know?
All right. Anything else, Rob?
No, that's it.
Mr. Sims?
Steve or Larry, do you guys have anything? You guys
No,
both know.
pass it.
Oh, okay. So I have sheets for everyone for their City of Memphis, emails. Larry, I'll still give you one. I know. I understand. I'll give it to you, but,
Well, you better give it to me anyway.
if you guys have any questions, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just go to
I
office,
started to
sign
send
in.
them because I couldn't figure out.
Hey,
No, that's fine.
You just go to office, you sign in, and that's how your email account gets created. Doug, I'll have to get with you for some of your guys. I have a list we can go through if you have a couple minutes. But that is the end of the VC3 integration with encrypted, protected emails. So if there's any questions, let me know, we can go through it. One question I did have is, we had talked about last month, the website. Mr. Saki potentially creating a new website for us. I don't know if anyone, we were gonna talk about, exploring what he had done before, if there's any interest, garnered any interest, if anyone took any time to do that, or if we just kinda wanna move on from it. More of a question. So I can just follow up with him and let him know, this way it's not just something sitting there forever.
He's doing my website, he's fantastic.
Me and Amber talked and we said, we would like it, that's great, but to do it right at this time, it's just gonna keep getting busier and busier, and we still know he's gonna need information for us. But we would like it eventually.
So when would be a good time?
I
If
don't
it's
know,
always busy.
because
and
summer's
you're saying-
busiest time.
After the election.
well, you got, yeah, as I
We
said,
got
you got
election, we got
summer, you're going into
monitors, we got
election.
taxes
and-
going out,
Well, that's
plus
what I'm
water
saying.
bills,
So
and
maybe-
that's
maybe-
what Amber said, we ain't got the time to give him
Maybe-
when he keeps calling and asking for stuff.
When is a good time though, would be, that's my only question, like,
Maybe. See, and here's my thing. I'm sorry, but September is going to start right into November,
That's
and
what I
that
mean.
election's taken. I don't know. Let me talk to Amber, and I'll get with you.
okay.
And we'll try to squeeze in somewhere. But no, we do
Next week.
want him. But
First of the year?
You said he's doing yours?
And he did the whole
I'll let him
draft initially and then sent it to me, and then he just, I send him one thing at a time.
How long did it take you to sit with him to do it? Just curious. How
He
much
just
time
went
did you
through my
say?
website, I sent him a couple websites that I kinda liked and what I wanted. I sat with him for like less than an hour, and then he already designed my whole initial page. I sent him my menu, he's doing it all.
Okay.
It's a little different though, because
Yeah,
she
yeah,
has-
I know.
yeah,
she has to have, meetings and
No, I understand, I'm just curious, trying to gauge, that's okay.
I'll let you know.
Okay, we'll talk, that's all I have.
Does he update your, well, he doesn't update your specials, does he?
It's
It's our
already
website.
everything.
That
I'm just
doesn't
looking
matter.
at it.
So it's not out yet. It's not out yet.
Hey.
Okay, so, I know I've talked about this in the past a few times, I know we have some new people in town. We are having a problem with people dumping their trash down at the burn pile. We've got cardboard, big pile of cardboard boxes, some 2x6 or whatever they are, construction lumber, and a lot of plastic bags that are full of leaves or grass or whatever it is. So the state law says that we cannot burn that stuff. So that means if we do burn it, we're breaking the law. That means our guys have to pull that stuff out. We've had pallets burn, and then they leave nails and stuff. We end up getting a flat tire on the backhoe. Those tires are like, you get $1,000 a piece or something like that. I think we need to buy a trail camera, put it up down there.
Those signs.
Well, we already have signs.
Well, I know,
There's
but
already a
we'll
sign.
put it this way, more signs that there's surveillance, and, you know.
I mean, a good trail camera is like $200.
Right.
Maybe another $100 for 128 gig SD cards. Put the thing up down there, put it up so nobody can reach it.
Go to cellular.
You know where the park is.
Pardon me?
A cellular camera.
Yeah, if you want to go that far, that's
For a
great.
cellular camera, you get it for $100.
There is a gate, but it's always.
Okay,
And then put a solar charger on it, and then you don't even have to touch it.
yeah, okay, great. Anyways, I
Talk
think
about
that needs to
it.
happen. I've talked to Bart about this now every couple months,
Yeah.
asking him about it. It's just not happening. I know he's busy. I think that we need to just buy the thing and tell him to put it up. So I'd like to make a motion to spend up to $200 on a trail camera.
Camera, solar charger, and then you'll have a monthly bill for your cellular service, which is like $4 or $5.
So how much do you think the total will be for everything?
Less than $250.
Up to $250 for a trail camera to be put back by the burn pile.
Okay. Zimmer,
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
Mazer,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Thank you, that's all I have. Motion to adjourn.